human self presents to me many challenges that burden me. My heart center shines and calls to me. This is who I choose to be. Sometimes lessons.
Welcome to the Vibrational Alchemy Podcast. This is Penny Fisher, and we are so glad you are joining us for this week's episode. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the seventh ray, the ray of transformation and transmutation, the ray of the violet flame. I'm feeling very purpley today. As we get ready to spend some time with and get to know Archangel Zadkiel and his divine feminine partner, Archangel Amethyst. And also I can feel beloved Saint Germain and the violet flame all over us right now, kind of sending that streaming down. Yeah, sending that violet flame already streaming down. And we'll talk about that violet flame a lot more as we go through. So we are actually at the 8th episode. How did that happen? Of this arc, meeting the divine feminine archangels of the 7 sacred rays. This is the 7th ray, but we will be continuing on for 2 more weeks as we connect with Archangel Sandalphon, who is of the earth, and Archangel Metatron, who is of the heavens, and their beautiful divine feminine complements Shekinah and Seraphina. So stay tuned. Keep on coming back, my friends. So as always, we are going to do just a super fast Cliff Notes version of the angels and who they are. If you want to do a deeper dive, you can check out episode 49. 49 started this series, and really I talk a lot more about the angels and the archangels, how to communicate with them, how to connect with your guardian angels. So you can definitely check that out. In a nutshell, archangels and angels are messengers of God. Their name, angelos, comes from the Greek meaning messenger, and they are the beings who bring the message of the unconditional love of source energy in whatever way you experience source to us as humans. They want to assist us in remembering our way back to who and what we are so that we can truly bring heaven to earth and experience that for ourselves. These beautiful beings do not hold the energy of gender, so they are neither masculine nor feminine, but they do hold the energies of both divine masculine and divine feminine within them. Best way I can explain it is to think of a coin. One side is head, one side is tails. They both exist on the same coin. The coin is still the coin, even though it has 2 different sides. And just like those angels and archangels hold that vibration of both divine masculine and divine feminine, they also hold the vibration or the energetic of the different sacred rays or sacred flames. And these sacred rays or sacred flames came into being as source energy, pure love, pure light, chose to know itself, and so sent its essence, its being, through the prism of creation. And just as light will refract when it is sent through a prism or a crystal, so too did the different aspects of source become these unique rays. And each ray not only holds a specific vibrational energy, but it also holds a color. And these angels and archangels that we have been working with and getting to know and will continue to do so are associated with the specific qualities of each of these rays. So this week we're talking about the violet ray of transformation. And the main qualities of this ray have to do with freedom, right? So this is freedom from old belief systems, old wounds, old identities that have kept us small and kept us feeling like we're separate from source, right? This is the ray of transformation. And when something is transformed, it takes on a different appearance, right? So in my head, the way I think about it is water. Water can be transformed by adding heat into vapor or steam. Or if we apply cold, it can be transformed into ice. When something is transmuted, and that is also very much a part of this, the energy of this ray, it changes completely. It morphs, if you will, into something completely new and different. So when we're working with heavy emotion or anything that isn't love, right? We're working with the emotion of fear. And the more we infuse it with light, with the diamond light of the cosmic matrix, with the violet flame, the more that fear can actually be transmuted into love. So it doesn't look like fear anymore. Now it's just love. Okay. And this is the alchemy, the true alchemy of changing. For instance, in the ancient days, alchemy was referred to allegorically as changing metal into gold. This alchemy that we experience as we work with the energies of the violet flame, the violet ray, is the alchemy of merging what appear to be opposing forces to allow us to create something, and I'm air quoting, new, in that it's different than the opposing forces were. It allows us to create unconditional love. And it's not that we're creating unconditional love, we're reconnecting with it in a very, very deep and powerful way. The corresponding chakras for this ray are the crown, right? The opening at the very top of the head, and a chakra known as the soul star, which is above the head. And this is our conduit, our connection into the higher realms, to our higher selves, and to our guides, our angels, source energy. The color obviously is violet. And like I said, I am just shimmering, vibrating with violet. I'm all purpled out today. Stones, crystals associated with this ray are amethyst, obviously, Herkimer diamond, fluorite, lavender agate, and our beautiful archangels of the seventh ray, Archangel Amethyst and her partner, Archangel Zadkiel. And I found when I was preparing to teach this material as a class about a year ago, I found this beautiful quote, and I'd like to just share a little bit of it with you. It is from a book called Invocations to the Light. The author is Wistancia Stone. Archangels Zadkiel and Amethyst are called upon to consciously raise our energy and the world around us. Through the higher vibrations of the violet flame, it is to Zadkiel we turn for purification and transformation that will facilitate our movement into higher dimensions. The cosmic Lady Amethyst is the essence of the violet ray, and she brings transfiguration. So before we meet the archangels, I would like to talk to you about a guide who is, I don't have words. This being is as near and dear to me as breath. I cannot imagine walking through a nanosecond of my day without Saint Germain by my side. This beautiful being has held many incarnations, if you believe in multiple lifetimes. If you don't, just let this information flow. But it was the prophet Samuel, Joseph, the father of Jesus, Merlin, right? Remember the Arthurian legend? He was Merlin, Roger Bacon, right? The philosopher, Christopher Columbus, and most recently, Count Ragozzi of Transylvania. So through all of these incarnations, Saint Germain worked to assist humanity in freeing itself from these belief systems that had been imposed upon all of us to make us believe that we are essentially unworthy and separate from Source. And he gifted humanity the violet flame. Now, this violet flame is a profoundly powerful tool for transmutation. And again, transmutation being the act of changing something into a completely new form, right? And transformation, which is a dramatic change in appearance. So we think about alchemizing, transforming, transmuting anything that is not of love. So fear in all of its forms, anger, frustration, greed, judgment, back into a form of love, right? Compassion, peace, tolerance. These internal shifts allow us to move through all of the stuff, and I air quote stuff, that life brings to us, because it shifts our vibration so that we can bring to us what we need, not only for our day-to-day lives, but also to navigate the things that throw us for a curve, right? There is another beautiful ascended being, and in the book, The Seven Sacred Flames, Aurelia Jones says this, or channels this through. El Moria says, as you begin to use the violet flame, you will experience feelings of joy, lightness, hope, and newness of life, as though clouds of depression were being dissolved by the very sun of your own being. The violet flame forgives as it frees, consumes as it transmutes, clears the records of past karma, thus balancing your debts to life, equalizes the flow of energy between yourself and other life streams, and propels you into the arms of the loving Source. So this is a powerful, powerful tool. You can check out ways to work with the violet flame online. There are many groups that work with what are called violet flame decrees. Very honestly, the way that I work with the violet flame is I just call on it and I ask it to cleanse and clear my physical being, my mental, my emotional, my spiritual spaces, my field, my auric field, and I will invite it out into the world. So I would encourage you to just spend some time with the violet flame, get to know it, and work with it. It's profound. And that leads us, my darlings, to Archangel Zadkiel. So when we're on this journey of transformation and transmutation, it can cause us to experience some real discomfort, right? It's not easy stepping into a place where we truly acknowledge who we are, our brilliance, our divinity. But Archangel Zadkiel is there to help us through that. His name means the righteous of God, and he is considered to be the archangel of benevolence, of mercy, of comfort. And we need that while we're on this spiritual journey. This is his superpower when we feel like we're alone, beaten down, we can't go on, we're broken, there's something wrong with us. Call on Archangel Zadkiel. Ask him to share the violet flame with you. And it will comfort you and it will uplift you without doubt. Zadkiel provides us with the relief that we need, right? You can slog along for just so long before you fall down because you're exhausted. And sometimes phases of our human experience can just be overwhelming. And Archangel Zadkiel allows us to pause, to breathe. Literally, as I'm saying this to you, I can feel myself kind of falling back into this hammock of violet light. And I can feel it infusing me from the back, flowing into my heart space. And I feel like I can just lay down my burden for a little bit. And then I know that when I have been recharged and renewed, when all that heaviness has been transformed and transmuted, I will be able to get up and keep going. Archangel Zadkiel also, as we know from the work with the seventh ray, will work on opening and refining and expanding our crown chakras and our soul chakra to allow us a much more clear and robust level of communication. And if you want to know more about ways that we can communicate not only with angels, but with our guides and with source energy, go back and check out episode 49. We talk about those 4 clairs there. And hopefully that'll be helpful to you. Okay. And that brings us to Archangel Amethyst. I just see her as this shimmery light, this, if you can imagine the most pure, deep violet crystal. And I know that there is the crystal amethyst, but this goes even beyond that, what I see. And it's as if there's this light coming from inside it. It just radiates out. And it to me, it is profoundly beautiful. She is a very cosmic being, very much connected in my experience to the energy of Venus, this beautiful energy that is the higher evolved state of Earth and holds just this vibration of the unconditional love of Divine Mother. She also holds the vibration of that cosmic Christ consciousness, right? Which is again that vibration of unconditional love. And our own divine I am being, this higher self that we have that connects us to source energy. She has told me that just as the violet ray holds the vibration of both blue and pink, right? The first ray, the will of God, and the third ray, the ray of cosmic and unconditional love. Archangel Amethyst merges the superpowers of those divine feminine archangels. So on the first ray, the blue ray, the will of God, we have Archangel Faith. And Archangel Faith's gift, if you haven't listened to that episode, is, big surprise, faith. Faith in ourselves, faith in our connection to Source, faith in our reality as aspects of Source. She helps us remember that we need to trust in our own inner voice and our own inner guidance, right? So that we can be love. And then we have the third ray, that pink ray of cosmic love. And this is Archangel Charity Grace. And Charity Grace helps us to have charity toward ourselves. She supports us in attending to our own self-care so that we can in turn then, without effort, just by being who we are, pour that love now out into the world. And Archangel Amethyst holds both of these vibrations. And as we connect with her, we are able to utilize faith in ourselves and charity toward ourselves to go into the very deep places within us and allow transformation to occur, right? And she is super cool because she's not just interested in snapping her fingers and getting rid of all of those dark, shadowy places and those heavy emotions. She gives us the strength to experience them, because in experiencing them, they can be brought into the light of unconditional love, into the light of that cosmic Christ consciousness, that white gold light that she holds as well. And they can be transformed and transmuted back into love. When we refuse to experience those emotions, then they stay buried and they'll never shift. We can kid ourselves and say that we're fine. Many of you have heard me tell the story about the very first time that I was with an energetic healer practitioner. And she asked me how I felt about anger. And I was like, I don't think anger is a very useful emotion. I really don't get angry. And it turned out that I could not have been more wrong. I was angry all the time, but I had been conditioned to bury it. And until I allowed it to come up and out in skillful ways, right? Not being angry at a lot of other people and taking it out on them, the anger couldn't be resolved. It couldn't be transformed and transmuted. And this is what Archangel Amethyst wants for us. She wants us to know that it is okay and safe to be raw, to be honest with ourselves in a way that maybe we never have been, because we truly have her support. We have access to the violet flame. And it is safe to go into the depth of the places where these alchemical processes can take place. And that's the work that she wants to do with each one of you. And she has a beautiful message that she would like to share with you. I know I say this every week, and in this week it is particularly true that I could talk about this ray and these beings and the violet flame for days and days and days. So I need to stop here. And as we get ready now to receive this beautiful message and this infusion of energy from Archangel Amethyst, if you are driving or walking or doing anything that requires your undivided attention, I would invite you to pause this recording and come back to it later, or simply let this flow over you. And again, come back to it later to receive the infusion through the vibration of these words for you from Archangel Amethyst. So we invite you now to settle in and settle down. And bring your attention to the breath flowing in and out of your nose. Allowing your inhale to deepen so that even though your neck and shoulders remain relaxed, your entire torso is filled, is oxygenated. This is so important, my darlings. This is a great daily practice to develop. When we go into fight, flight, or freeze mode, the first thing we do is hold our breath, which triggers the release of cortisol and adrenaline. And that's great if you're in the woods being chased by a bear. But in order to receive, we need to be in a place of openness and softness. And oxygenating our bodies sends the message to our bodies that we are safe. So deepen that inhale. And when you feel full, pause and give thanks, and then reverse the flow, allowing your exhale to take as long as your inhale did. Beautiful. And allow your breath now to take you down out of your head. Let your beautiful analytical mind have a rest. Thank it and tell it to just take a break and drop into your heart. With each inhale and exhale, dropping a little bit deeper until you find yourself resting in your sacred heart chamber. Beautiful. This very, very unique place that is all yours, where only love can abide. And just rest here. And as you do, you notice a pulsing from within you. And this pulsing is acting as a homing beacon. And you notice now your sacred heart space flooding with violet light. Beautiful, swirling violet light with flecks of gold and white shimmering. This is the violet flame of transformation and transmutation. Allow yourself to be saturated by it now. Breathing it in, feeling it flow in to your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. And as you do, see, sense, feel, or imagine a beautiful presence before you. This presence radiates even more deeply. The violet flame. This is Archangel Amethyst. You might experience her as a human form or as an image, as a word, as a feeling. Whatever it is, just allow. As she shares this message with each one of you. You are brave. Oh, so much courage to incarnate onto this plane to facilitate the shift in density that is now taking place with increasing rapidity. Your light, oh, your beautiful light is seen from the heavenly realms and celebrated. The gratitude we hold for you as you walk the path of ascension in your human form cannot be comprehended by you. We are so grateful. And I see her here, my darlings, pausing, and she bows to you and offers her blessings and her love. Receive this now. And she continues. The journey of awakening on earth requires those who are incarnate. There are things that you can accomplish in your grounded human form that we as celestial beings cannot. Therefore, our partnership of co-creation is critical to the evolution of all sentient beings and of Mother Earth herself. It is because of this that beloved Saint Germain gifted humanity the violet flame. As you use it to transform and transmute the dense energy of fear within yourself, you create ripples of love that flow outward from your center and into the very matrix of all creation. These ripples engender the merging of opposing forces to bring about love. It is true. And yet, there is another outcome of this work. The ripples of the violet flame act as a homing beacon, a signal, if you will, to the vibration of the other rays of creation. And while you are most familiar with the 7 sacred rays or flames, know that there are far more, for they represent every aspect of the reality of Source, and so are too many to comprehend. As you work with the violet flame, the vibrations of love and transformation begin to call to the other rays, inviting them to begin the alchemical process of merging back into oneness, of remembering that they are simply aspects of Source. As they are drawn together, they awaken within those who are ready and willing a deep cellular memory of oneness, guiding us back to the very prism of creation, so that we might once again flow through it and return to the perfect field of pure awareness through which love flows unobstructed. This might engender contraction for some of you, for the thought of losing your identity can be terrifying. Remember always that this reality in which you find yourselves is but an illusion created by you to facilitate your journey home. As you use the violet flame to alchemize fear into love, the illusions will fall away, and you will find that you step into a state of love with increasing ease and grace. Your thoughts will become more loving, as will your actions and words. Judgment will fall away as you acknowledge each person's journey, holding loving and compassionate space for their learning and their experiences. Practice diligently, dear ones, the use of the violet flame. Allow it to infuse every particle of your being with the intention of transforming fear into love. Fill an energetic container with the violet flame and invite the higher selves of others who are ready and wish to receive into that space. Know that we are with you every step of the way. Call on us as you are ready to deepen and expand your practice, and we will provide you with loving guidance and support. We honor you. We thank you. We love you. I am Archangel Amethyst, and it is so. Did you hear it, my darlings? Connect with the violet flame. Let it flow into you and through you, cleansing and clearing all dense energy and low vibration so that you become love. Archangel Amethyst wants to work with you. She wants to get to know you, and she wants you to know and recognize her energy. She asks that you call on her as often as you feel guided, knowing that she and Archangel Zadkiel, Saint Germain, and the Violet Flame are there for you, always and in all ways. For they want nothing more than your peace, your abundance, your remembering of who you truly are. A perfect and divine being of pure love and pure light. As always, my darlings, I am so deeply grateful that you have been with me. I am Penny Starhart. This has been the Vibrational Alchemy Podcast. And until we are together again, remember always that you are loved and you are love.
This is who